me close that window. There we go. Now we're in frame. Hello, Chase. It is currently 9:01 p.m. Central on the 4th of March. The Ides of March be in our favor. Is that how that saying goes? Is that right?
Well, the Ides of March is the middle of March, so the 15th is the Ides. This is.
What's your banking account number again?
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
How you doing, man? Welcome to the casual hour.
I'm tired.
We're all
I'm
tired.
just a tired person.
Tonight is one of my favorite things we do. It is our monthly preview episode where we're going to be talking about all the free things you get with video games, the games that we think look cool, and the trailers will be on behind us. We're going to completely scrap the what you've been playing because Chase, March is a biggie. And I've been thinking about.
Well, that's too bad because I played so many video games these last couple weeks, right? Because we were off.
You're lying.
We were off.
I
had double the time to play video games. I played more Skies of Arcadia. Not enough to satisfy Bobby, but I did play video games. Video games were played. Well, there's a new Tiki in Fire Emblem Heroes, and I got that Tiki. I had to spend all my free resources to do it. But, I'm playing video games. They're just not the video games I want to talk about on a podcast.
That's fair. We're going to talk about games next week for sure. And there's certainly going to be some new stuff to go over. But, Chase, I do want to have a question for you. We are now just on the other side of the Pokemon franchise turning 30 years old. Pokemon Day was on Friday. I took quite a few liberties to celebrate. Thank you very much. Anything that you did to celebrate those Pokemonsters?
I thought about Pokemon.
No cards, no games, nothing. You didn't do anything.
I'm also playing the Pokemon trading card game Pocket. That's still there. So
cool.
So they've been doing 30th anniversary rewards for that. So I don't know. I've been collecting virtual cards, I suppose. It was a little while ago, but I downloaded a new ROM hack for the Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color that adds a different set of cards to it, and that sounds fun. So maybe someday I'll play that. But I watched the Direct, or the Pokemon Presents rather.
Yeah. What did you take away from that? How did you feel about what you saw there? We're living in a new world, Chase. We know a little bit more about the future Pokemon.
I mean, it seems like they showed off a bunch of the same kind of crap they always show off, and then they showed off the new game. Yeah, Pokemon Wind and Pokemon Waves. I
gotta tell you, I kind of swore off new Pokemon after the last few. ZA was kind of the nail in the coffin for me, but I've watched that trailer.
But Lucy put that football down, and you said, "I think I'm going to kick it this time."
Down, baby, and they put a fucking dog in it, and I said,
They wouldn't pull the football again. Not again.
No,
it'd be too obvious.
Of course not. And just because I trust them so much, I went ahead and bought Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red.
Oh my God, Bobby!
But I have a good reason for it.
No, you don't.
I absolutely do.
I've heard your reason, and
it's a great reason.
It's not. I
am getting to experience this alongside my nephew. He has never played this game before. He's never played the original Pokemon before, and so he's been FaceTiming me, asking me questions about what to do, and I've been telling him a little bit about what I'm doing, like how I have to build the team. Mind you, his favorite Pokemon game is Violet, so he is in for a rude awakening on what was required of people his age. But it was a really cool moment to go back to that around that anniversary, to talk to somebody who was around my age whenever I was playing it for the first time. And that was cool. That was a good moment. The other thing is, speaking of spending money on dumb things, I got the big Pokemon Lego set, and my wife and I have been working on that. Venusaur has never been chunkier. I will tell you that much right now. That thing is squatty and big. That set's way bigger. It's our second biggest Lego set, which is saying something because we have a lot of Lego sets.
Second only to the Death Star, right? That's got to be
only to the Death Star. Death Star was like 9,000 in some pieces. This is closer to like 6,500 pieces. And it's like 2 feet by 2 feet. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put it.
Now the thing I don't actually give a shit about that. The thing I care about is the badge set, which you only get by spending a shit ton of money.
Not only
sucks.
that, so you get that was a gift with purchase, but
right.
they also do like points when you buy shit, and you can put that towards and take money off, or they have like this kind of Lego Insiders store where you can use those points to get these sets that are only available via the points, and they have a little small Poke Center that you can get to. So I've got that, and I'm going to put the badges with it. I don't know where. I'm kind of thinking about putting the badge like mounted on the wall, like with clips, so I can pull it off.
You're running out of room,
dude. Fucking running out of. It's crazy. So anyway,
you're gonna have to buy a second house just for your shit.
Well, I got a guest room. I might just convert it over to be more Lego overflow. But yeah, it was fun to look back on it. And I'll tell you, and I was going to talk about it this week. I'll wait till next, but I'm playing Leaf Green. I've never beat Leaf Green. I've played Fire Red a few times now, but that game is
pretty similar.
It's just so good, man. Like that game is so fucking good. Yeah. Pokemon's good.
You should have just handed your nephew your analog pocket because you're not playing it, and just say, hey, here's all the Pokemon games you could ever want on this.
Well, I also played. I was like, I kind of want to go through this. I haven't looked at it for a while. I fired up Pokemon Home. I was recently billed for it.
Yeah, same. And then I ended up canceling my home. It's like, I don't need this anymore. What am I doing? Like, I'll re-up this when I need it again. I'm sure a bunch. I didn't count.
It tells you right when you fired it up.
Yeah, I haven't fired it up. I just canceled the subscription.
Chase, I have like almost 6,000 Pokemon in there.
I believe it.
That's too many Pokemon, Chase. It's too many Pokemon. Well, I was a little bitter, Chase, celebrating Pokemon's 30th birthday. Because fucking Zelda, some of us still fucking care about the best franchise on the Nintendo marquee. It turned 40.
True, okay.
And they did nothing for it. They did fucking bumpkus.
One, there's still there's a lot of year left, and two, Zelda fans are so taken care of literally all the time. Literally all the time.
Dude, I want you to put the amount of Pokemon games next to the amount of Mario games next to the amount of Zelda games.
Here's the thing. Nintendo partially owns Pokemon. They don't get to say when Pokemon gets made.
They got blood on
There's
their
a whole
hands.
Company that makes Pokemon, and Nintendo's happy to just take their slice. Also, Mario fans have not been eating good either. Like they're not having the best of time.
There's been amazing remakes and ports of those games. There's been a pretty good Mario movie. Not the best, but pretty good Mario movie. There's another Mario movie coming out.
There's a Zelda TV show gonna happen. What do you want?
It's a Zelda movie, first of all.
It's a movie. Well, it's the same thing.
They couldn't even fucking muster the courage to put a poster out for the movie, like anything.
This is ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about when I say Zelda fans are just the
There's
worst,
dozens of us that feel this way.
They're never, no, there's more than a dozen of you, and you're all fucking annoying. That's what it is.
It's because
nothing's ever good enough.
We appreciate good art, and we don't like slop, and we've been given slop. We want to fucking eat some good food.
Oh my god, you get so many fucking Zelda games. We're not that far away from the Zelda led one, the name I always forget.
Hey, I'm just curious. Like, can I
Echoes
play
of Wisdom?
Can I play Wind Waker HD or the Twilight Princess HD on Nintendo Switch 1 or 2?
You have an ROG ally. You have ways of playing Wind Waker.
Man, I never
really
thought that I would
high
see...
resolution Nintendo can't even give you.
I really thought that, I would have gotten at least one of those before a fucking straight GBA port of Fire Red for $20 on the Switch, but
oh my god, you were so fed. You were so fucking fed all the time.
I'm about to be even more hungry because Chase, I've got really good news for you. My Thor is likely in Missouri. It left Chicago yesterday.
I bet you can play a couple Zelda games on that.
You bet your ass I'm going to be playing some. And maybe I can convince you to fine dine. You know, you're a Fire Emblem fan. I know that you're probably used to a very different type of food than me, but and it sounds like you got fed pretty well with those tikis. But if you want to join me on something, I'm going to take you on a little trip to Hyrule.
Yeah, we've talked about it. We'll see. We'll see.
How about Chasey K plays a handheld game with Bobby sitting next to him, and it's just you and I on the couch?
Well, that would require me to finish Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which seemingly is going to take forever. Did you know that game is forever long? I didn't know it was forever long.
It's a BioWare game, baby. It's long.
Yeah.
And, you know, I got news for you, Chase. I've looked ahead into the future. I've played one of the things that you're picking up. It's no spring chicken either when it comes to fucking length. It's a biggin'. And I think that you're going to be playing a lot of it, to say the least.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, not so great news. Highguard finally kicked the bucket too. I don't know if you saw that.
Finally is a weird word. Like it hasn't been out very long, has it?
60 days total, maybe.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of discourse going around, and I know a lot of people are laughing and joking at it, and I don't necessarily. I've seen a lot of backlash to the backlash kind of stuff as well, and there's a part of me that goes, "Hey, this thing was pretty stupid. It got hyped to hell in a way that was unfair to everyone. The people who made it, the people who played it, literally everybody. It just got blown out of proportions, and
the blood's on Keely's hands, baby. I said that from day one."
But also, millions of people played it.
They did, and people kind of came around to it. They started to listen to that crew, but they gutted everybody.
Yeah. It just seems like more of a story of what video games are right now.
It sucks.
And while I'm not joyful that this happened, my hope is that we take the executives of these companies take some sort of lesson from this, that you should let people make single player video games. You should let people make not online required video games that have a service element to it that is always online and is a multiplayer focus. Like these, there are places for those games, and we have a lot of those games, and they're very successful, but we gotta stop forcing studios who make one kind of great game and force them to make a different kind of video game that they're not necessarily apt at. What's up?
I think that you're talking crazy, because like, hear me out, right? Like this is like, so what if there was like a company, and again, just please hear me out, like that made incredible remakes, like some of the best, most heartfelt remakes that got acquired by a really big studio, and that studio's like, hey, we should have you make a live action God of War. A games as a service God of War.
Yeah.
And then we're going to scrap that, and we're going to close your studio down before you've put anything out underneath our name. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Well, I was more talking about Anthem. But I think Blue Point's a little bit different. I think Blue Point probably got they got pigeonholed into making those kinds of games, and I don't even know if they wanted to keep doing that. You know, they probably wanted to make something on their own, which is why you pitch something like, what if we make a games as a service God of War, because at least that lets them make something new, and they aren't in remake hell all the time, even if those remakes are popular and beloved and probably profitable as well. But like for them, if they go to Sony and go, hey, we want to make a brand new original video game, Sony's gonna ask them, what's the hook? And so for them, they probably have to make concessions, like, well, it could be God of War themed, and it could be a game as a service, and those are things that Sony executives would rubber stamp. And again, kind of like you're mentioning here, and like I said, if that's not the type of game you're really apt to make, then you're setting yourself up for failure. And that one sounds like it's more just a victim of circumstance than anything else. And it is really sad. Like, they made a lot of cool remakes and some other games that people really liked. And it seems very, it seems like a real waste to just dump them off like this at the first sign of trouble.
We haven't even seen anything from them. That's the other thing that's really fucking crazy. Yeah. So I feel like we are doing our best, and tonight's an episode where we're going to try and celebrate some things to look forward to. And I'll just say, like, stakes are high, and I don't want, for a lot of people, like, spending your money has been harder to do, and games hardware especially has become increasingly harder to obtain. Games have gone up. The cost and price to make those games has gone up. It's a rough time all around. But Chase and I, we care deeply about this. It's been probably like our most consistent hobby, with other things kind of fluxing in and out of it. But I mean, I love video games. I love talking about them. I love the culture around them. I love sharing this passion with Chase and our friendship from it. So I got to find things to celebrate. And new games coming out happens to be something I get very excited about. And you're going to hear a lot about that here in a moment. And Chase will scoff and make fun of me for liking everything. And
That's true, I will.
And I will be upset with him for not liking games like I like them. And that's true. That's the casual hour, baby. But you did play some new games in February, correct?
I played games that were new to me. I didn't play any brand new games in February. No.
Okay. So you picked a game, at least,
that is true.
And you've purchased this game.
That is also true.
So we're close. We're practically dancing.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
We're practically, this is just a little over the clothes action right now is what you got going on. You're just getting warmed up. You like to
the problem is I already have so many RPGs that I'm in the middle of. I'm in the middle of that Pokemon Lazarus ROM hack that we talked about. I never finished that. I'm in the middle of Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, which I was enjoying quite a bit, and I never finished that. And now I'm in the middle of Skies of Arcadia Legends, and I'm having a great time with it. I hope to finish it, but it makes it hard to start another giant ass RPG like Dragon Quest VII Reimagined if I already have all these other RPGs that are only half finished. And you know what? Dragon Quest III HD 2D was not that long ago, and it is somewhere in the middle unfinished. So I also already have a Dragon Quest remake that is not going anywhere at the moment.
Oh my God.
I can't sustain all of this, Bobby.
Yeah, well, I got news for you. We're all fucked here in March, man. You got shit, I got shit. Some of that has overlap.
I think mostly just you. I think you're fucked. I'm also going to be drowning, but that's because of one video game. You're drowning because of a billion video games.
That's true. Well, let's talk about how I did in February. How about that? Or how we did.
Sounds good. Yes, my one pick was Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, which I bought, and I hear good things. Bobby is one of the people who I hear those good things from, because you also had it on your picks, and you've played a lot of that game, right?
This is, out of everything that I have on here and anything else really, this is what I've been spending the most time with since it came out last month. I've been playing this pretty much daily, if not every other day, and I'm having an absolute blast. I would go as far as to tell you, like, I think this is one of the better JRPGs I've played. It's just, I'm having a really good time with it. I mean, if I probably played, was 10 the last one or 11?
11.
If I probably played 11 again right now, I'd probably just tell you, like, oh, this is the better one. But this just looks so good. The art's fantastic. The music's so good. Like, the whole package is just really impressive. It's great.
It's wild how it felt like we were all clamoring about HD 2D, and they gave us 3 of those, Dragon Quest 1s, 2s, and 3s, with the HD 2D treatment. And that seems like, hey, this is great. This is what people were asking for. And then they just drop 7 Reimagined on us, and we go, oh, hang on.
This is what they should
This might be better than any of that HD 2D shit. Like, this looks really fucking good.
It's so good. Oh my God. It's so good. Like, I love all the encounters. I love the fucking animations on the faces, the textures of the skin, the clothing, like how everything sounds. Like, it's just, I hope you find a chance to get into it, and you just need a runway because it's something that you just need to kind of stick to for a little bit at least. But
yeah,
no pressure.
And like I said before, I really hope they give this same treatment to 9, which has a very similar look to it, and also like a very similar perspective on it. 8 is like a behind the back 3D open world RPG kind of feel, so it would look a little different than the way 7 does. 9 looks a lot like this same same camera placement and stuff like that, so I'm really interested to see if they give 9 this treatment. It's one of the few Dragon Quest they have not remade at all.
Sure.
So that'll be exciting to me. But yes, I'm looking forward to playing 7 eventually. But it'll probably have to take a back seat to a game that's coming out in March that we'll discuss. So we both had DQ7 on our lists, but you had a few other games. Bobby, you want to run down those for us?
Really think Mugenics is awesome. We played it on stream. Double Dungeon, I've at least got to like the 3rd or 4th level in that, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a very cool, easy breezy turn-based tactics game. We'll show it on a Monday night sometime soon. And then this just came out, so I've only done a little bit of it. But Reigns, The Witcher. Hey, if you like Reigns, this is that. It's really well done so far. Devolver published and having a great time. So.
Didn't they also announce like a Reigns collection that has all the different Reigns games as a part of it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So not a bad thing to pick up. Those are really fun little quick bites. You should check those games out if you haven't. Reigns cool.
Let's talk about the free stuff that you're going to get at least from PlayStation this month before we jump into the games of March. On PlayStation Plus Essential, you can get PGA Tour 2K25 for the PlayStation 5, Monster Hunter Rise for both the PS5 and PS4, Slime Rancher 2 for the PS5, and the Elder Scrolls Online for both the PS4 and
What's
PS5.
Meatloaf say?
This seems
3 out of 4 ain't bad. Meatloaf says 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yeah, this seems like a hot month for games Bobby would like.
Those
that are coming out
very
for
much
free.
In my wheelhouse, man. PGA, Monster Hunter Rise, and Slime Rancher 2 are. I mean, PGA is probably the weakest out of those 3, but Monster Hunter Rise and Slime Rancher 2 are both very good games.
Yeah. And I know I have my issues with Bethesda and Microsoft these days, but I have heard people say they really like Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
I found a lot out of it.
Yeah, my cousin went down a deep rabbit hole with that one, and it was almost like, do we need to have an intervention? Bad, but he not for me, but people like it. I probably would go play Fallout 76 before that one personally, but
yeah, this is not the reason I stopped playing Destiny for sure, but the Destiny clan I was in, at least like half the people in there went, we're all going to play Elder Scrolls Online instead for a while. Yeah. So that Discord became very much just an Elder Scrolls Online Discord. Not like I was doing a bunch of stuff with them for Destiny before that, but it certainly was a factor in me leaving Destiny. But also just me being tired of Destiny was a factor of me leaving Destiny.
Do you think that anybody from that is still playing?
I don't know. I should probably check in with those people, see if they're still going. I don't know. I'm skipping the wheel again this month. Like we said, I've got a bunch of RPGs I'm in the middle of playing. One of those is a wheel game. I guess 2 of them are technically wheel games in Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics, and Skies of Arcadia Legends. So right now, I will say I've been having a really good time with Skies of Arcadia Legends. The more I play it, the more it is really charming, and I think it has a lot of really cool systems. And I'm really, really sad that I never picked this up on the GameCube and played it when I was more impressionable for these kinds of games.
Maybe I'll fire it up on the Thor.
Maybe. I will say, like, there's parts of it that feel a little slow. Like when you get to a door, it has to play a little animation of the door opening, and then you can walk through the door, and it's automatic that you go through the door. So it can't even just be that the door opens and then I choose to go through it. No. If the door opens, you're going through it, and if you didn't mean to, you have to turn around and open the door and automatically go through it again. And you just go, this shouldn't take this long. But at the same time, it's still just this chill, breezy RPG. So I kind of don't mind that it's forcing me to slow down and take my time with it. I don't know. It's cool. I like it a lot.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm excited to hear more about it when we deep dive into our what you've been playing backlog next week.
Yeah. Probably next week I'll discuss it a little bit more. But let's get into the games of March, shall we? Let's start with a potential banger here, which is on the 3rd. This is already out. Scott Pilgrim EX, which is coming to PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. We've talked about this one for a while, right?
Yeah, but I don't think that you and I talked about one pretty critical part about this one. This is from Tribute Games, and these are the folks behind the most recent Shredder's Revenge and then that really good Marvel Cosmic Invasion. So I don't know if that was the same studio that made the other Scott Pilgrim. I might be missing that here.
It's not.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
That to me, because I've played both of those now, those other two games, and they seem to really fucking have a good feel for the beat 'em up. And this was the next demo that I checked out. And I went ahead and picked it up, but I have not played the actual release yet based off of that.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World was a Ubisoft Montreal joint.
Okay.
That's right. I remember that. This looks good. Its aesthetics are all awesome. You know, it looks like the comic. It looks like the previous game. It seems cool.
Anamanaguchi's back.
Also do what?
Anamanaguchi is back too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, doing the soundtrack. That's great.
Yep.
That soundtrack of that first game is incredible. But we've had this discussion before. It's so hard to justify playing these kind of beat 'em up games solo. It feels like you really need another person to go through with it, if not multiple people. And you know, as cool as I think Shredder's Revenge looked, as cool as I think the Cosmic Invasion looked, as cool as I think Castle Crashers looked way back in the day, I just don't have the people around me that I want to play those kinds of games with, and I don't have that group that's all going to go, oh, let's go smash a bunch of faces in, and these games are just not fun for me to try to play single player. I tried a couple. I tried River City Girls. Yeah, and I think, wow, aesthetically super cool. Just not. I don't like playing these games solo. Like the only one that kind of worked was Absalom, right? And that's because that's kind of built to be more of a single player game with the roguelikeness part of it. So it's weird. Yeah, I just don't have the setup for this kind of game, and I wish I did.
I'm just a huge sucker for Scott Pilgrim, so I'm gonna grab it for sure.
That is true. I do know that about you. Let's keep moving on to another game that's coming out on the 3rd, or came out on the 3rd, and that's Esoteric Ebb, which came to PC. And I believe, Bobby, you added this game to the list, so I will let you talk about it.
Yeah, man. Chase, this has been a fucking sleeper surprise for me. This was a Next Fest demo, and I downloaded it because I thought it looked cool. I probably spent the most time with this out of all the demos. This is D&D Disco Elysium, and it's fucking incredible. Like, so far, this has been written so very well. The characters are great. The D&D rules mixed with the Disco Elysium, like existential crisis. So you are a cleric, allegedly, that gets dragged out of this river, and you're trying to piece together why you're there. It's a town riddled with political angst at the midst of an election. You're trying to navigate through the nationalists, the free striders, and you're working through these, trying to piece together what the fuck happened to this tea shop that blew up, which seemingly had illegal magic used. But you may not be a cleric. Everybody thinks you're a cleric. You don't know if you are or not. And the crazy thing about this is like all the things that you would go into a character sheet. So dexterity, wisdom, intelligence, strength. Those are the things that talk to you in your brain and allow you to have skill checks, just like in Disco Elysium. So
sure,
those personalities that come with all of those and the zaniness of how you can just kind of like go into these situations and free ball it the entire way and just phone it in or be super stoic. Dude, this thing fucks so hard. It is incredible. And the art style's great. The music's great. Again, writing is great. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. I have not seen a lot of people talking about it, but those that have played it seem to really enjoy it like me. And I never finished or got super deep into Disco Elysium. I loved what I was seeing, but I'm like, I just need to kind of immerse myself into it. And I was just outside of the zeitgeist, and you can even play that thing on your phone now. I think I will play it again at some point, and this is only making me want to do it more so. This has been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Disco's on the wheel for me, so someday I'll play Disco. It's cool to see D&D mechanics get put in a video game that's not just the dice rolling. I feel like we have I'm playing Knights of the Republic right now for Chase Gay Plays, and that is a game that uses the D&D systems. It has the same stuff, dexterity, intelligence, that kind of stuff. You see the rolls happening, you understand how those systems are being put in, but it feels like a lot of the D&D style combat and rule set stuff like really shows up in games like that, but not so much the kind of like DM experience of just talking and telling a story and feeling like you really have more of a hand in how the story plays out. So if this game, and it seems like it's kind of doing some of this, gives you a little bit more of that, while also giving you the dice rolling capabilities, and it feels more like it feels more representative of a D&D campaign than some of the games we have that just go, oh, we kind of took like the dice rolling stuff from D&D, and that's just into the combat system, and then that's all they really do.
Well, the cool thing too is like it has the whole roll initiative if you decide to do an encounter, and it also has like saving throws. So like if somebody says something to hurt your feelings enough, you can take physical damage like in your heart from it. And so I got killed one time by what somebody said to me, which is not the first time I've said that out loud in my life, but you have to throw like a nat something, not nat, I'm sorry. You can throw a nat 20 and clear it completely, or you have to get 3 10 or above throws. And it's going back.
Sure, you have to hit a certain threshold.
Yeah. It's just, maybe we'll do a casual Monday. It's slow, and it's a very like text heavy game, but I would love for you to see it because I think that you might dig what it's going for sure.
Yeah, right now just PC only. We'll see if it shows up to anything else. Do you think there's any reason it couldn't show up on another console? Like, does it feel like it has to be played with a mouse?
There's a lot of like clicking in on like tooltips and shit, and like kind of hovering over the environment to see what you can interact with. If like Divinity can be on an iPad, that makes sense there. Maybe like Divinity's on other shit. It's not a 1-for-1 copy, but I think it's close enough. So yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Fuck, I mean shit. Disco Elysium's on a phone now. It's on console.
That's true.
So like, who's to say?
All right. Well, let's keep on moving here. Let's also on the 3rd, we can't get off this day. Rotwood came out to PC and Nintendo Switch 2.
I don't think I knew that Clay had a game coming out. Did you know about this?
I did not. This has to be their first game since what the hell was that called?
That was the deck builder one that we played.
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember. It was cool though.
It was cool. It was cool on PC, and then I remember trying to play it on my Switch and not liking it.
I've done a little research on this if you want me to take this one while you look up that game.
Yeah, go for it. I wanted to look up what that game was called.
Chase, beat 'em ups are so fucking back, apparently. This is the second beat 'em up that we've got, and this one has a little bit more DNA to Absalom, like you and I talked about just a minute ago. It's like Absalom from a run-based perspective, in that you can play this with up to 3 people. But it has a little bit more of the Monster Hunter vibe from what I'm gathering, where you pick a weapon type and you're getting upgrades and shit on that weapon that you're going to have for your character. I think there's 8 different locales that are, again, run-based environments you can go through. It looks really fucking cool, man. Like, I got the Scott Pilgrim one. I already have Absalom that I've beaten a few times, but I haven't completely beaten it. But goddamn, Clay's fucking cool, man. They make good looking stuff, and this game looks to be more of that, which is pretty okay by me.
Yeah, they've made a lot of very cool looking and very cool playing video games. Yep. Griftlands was the
card game
most of the other people probably know them best for Don't Starve, which is still probably their biggest game.
Guacamelee, right?
No,
was that
that's
them?
a different studio.
Shit.
Nope. Invisible Ink. That's another one of theirs too that a lot of people like.
Did Clay do the Nobody Wants to Save the World? Was that them?
No, but it's similar. Like that has a very similar art style. Like I see where you got there, but no, that's also a different studio.
Fair.
That actually might be the Guacamelee studio. Maybe Guacamelee.
That's what it is.
That's Drinkbox, right?
It is. Yes.
Yeah, Drinkbox did both of those.
All right, cool. Well, Drinkbox is good too.
Yes, I also like Drinkbox. Well, very cool on Rotwood. All right, hey,
if you get that on the Switch sometime, I'll grab it on the Switch and play it with you.
All right, we'll see. We still haven't played Absalom together yet, so
I'll buy that too. Fuck, tell me when.
I know. All right, let's move to a different day, shall we? On the 4th,
I don't think you're going to want to. I don't think you want to do that.
I won't, but you will. DeSynced is coming to PC, or it did come out to PC, I guess, on the 4th. And Bobby, you added this one, and in your notes, all you have here is Big Bobby Energy.
Hell yeah!
I shudder to think what this might be. Oh, I might have looked at this one and intentionally left it off the list, going like, we need to move on.
So I've had this on my wish list for a long time. I know it was early access. I've heard really, really good things about it, and they've added some like pretty game-changing features along that path, such as like an exploration mode. It sounds like you can customize a lot of these bots that work to be more hunting gathering or crafting, but you're harvesting from a planet using a collection of sorts. So I think it's got a little bit, I don't want to call it a 4X by any stretch, and I don't want to call it quite a city builder because I think it's a factory game completely, but it definitely rubs shoulders with a few of these like overlapping genres within the automation world. So I'm probably going to grab this one. I've been very curious enough about it for a long time. It's been in early access since 2023. So it's hitting 1.0 in just a few days or a day, I think. And I'll probably just pick it up and look at it for a while I'm not playing it. Yeah. Anywho, moving
on. Moving on to something that's maybe a little bit more my speed. On the 5th, Homura Hime comes to PC. Remember, we were just talking about this on Casual Mondays. We referenced Fury when we were playing. What was that game that we played on Casual Mondays that we were talking about Fury and like the bullet hell stuff? It was one of the Steam Next Fest demos that you played.
Not Clay. It was Quack or starts the Q. Let me pull that up really quick.
Steam. Well, we were just talking about a game like that and going, oh hey, remember Fury? And this was kind of another game that was
CALX.
Yeah. Well, then I saw this trailer and went, well, no, sorry. This looks like Fury. This is absolutely what Fury was going for.
I saw this trailer. It looked slick. Like I like the art.
It does. Like combat stuff looks really nice. Art is very anime inspired, obviously. But I like the mix of what they've got going on here. It also reminded me a little bit of like Nier Automata, which is another game that's like a 3D action game that has bullet hell elements to it. And it just seems real flashy. I was looking up a little bit more about this game, and it seems like this might have some of the sauce to it. I'm interested.
Is it, you said Switch 2, right?
Nope, just PC. So I'm going to be waiting, but I'll see if other people like
this. Seems like it'll be out of indie world sometime in the future.
It does. It does seem like that.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that. Also on the 5th, Racheteer DX comes to PC, Mac, and Nintendo Switch. I was just listening to a podcast recently where they were talking about this game, not this exact game. They were talking about Racheteer, which was a Playdate game. You know, these people were talking about the Playdates. I think this is part of season 1.
Yeah.
So yes, we do have this. I never played it on my Playdate. But it's a Zelda style game.
Yeah. Fuck,
like
I feel
said,
like if I'm gonna play
Bobby's
this, just play my PlayStation or my Playdate. Shit.
You could. Like the DX part here, I think they added a little bit of new content, but also as you can see from the trailer here, they've added color, which the Playdate cannot do. So so this might be a little bit more your speed, although it does seem like you can flip it off to go back to the monochrome version or a couple different monochrome versions if you prefer that instead. I had not actually played this. I heard some people talking about how it was really cool, and then when I was looking it up, I went, "Oh wait, there's a brand new version of it, and it's just about to come out." So that's pretty cool.
Are they still making the play date?
Yeah. I mean, they're still. I think they did like a season 3. Are we in season 3 right now?
I can't. No, like physically, I just didn't know if they were still making the hardware or not.
Oh yeah. They're still putting those out there. Now they're not making our
Cowards.
Beloved pen cup and clock. But
cowards, all of them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think this game looks really cool. The only thing that gives me a little bit of pause is, I guess this is probably something we should have brought up when we were talking about like game mechanics that annoy us. When I was bitching about timers and encumbrance and things like that. One of the other ones, any sort of light bullshit. I fucking hate light bullshit. And this one definitely has the, like look at this guy has like a little lantern or something. And so you're walking around and you can only see part of the map because that's where your light shows. I hate any of like the Zelda puzzles where you have to walk in the very specific line, or there's invisible blocks that you have to have a lantern on to see. I hate that fucking Pokemon gym in Gold and Silver where it's the ghost gym and you don't know where the floor is to get around. I generally do not I don't find that to be very fun in concept. And this game seems like it has a lot of lantern light puzzle stuff to it. And, that gives me a little bit of pause. But the rest of the game looks fucking killer. So I'll keep an eye on that one as well. Okay, Bobby. We got to talk about this one. On the 5th, Marathon came out. Or is coming out tomorrow, I guess. It's coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X. And I thought we all agreed that we weren't going to care about this, right? Everybody was like, nope, we're going to write this one off. Bungie fucked up. They've lost a step. They've lost the people who made Bungie great. They stole a bunch of assets from other artists that they had to go back and fix. They're going into the Tarkov weird hole. Like, this is not what anybody wanted. We wanted cool single player Bungie games, and they're not giving us this. What's going on with Bungie? We're all gonna write this one off. And now I just hear a bunch of people going like, hey, Marathon's cool. I think Marathon's great. And I don't know where the world is anymore.
So I played it. I've played this. And I don't think that I'm in a good spot to talk a lot about it with authority, first of all. But I'll also just preface this with, after Server Slam equivalents for Arc Raiders, I bought that game and returned it 2 times before it became my second favorite thing of the year last year, just behind Expedition. And I walked away from that Server Slam. I went into it thinking like I was going to play something that felt like Destiny. And in a lot of ways, the guns feel like you would want a Bungie gun to feel, but everything around the gun, the movement, the menus, all that shit felt pretty bad for me. And the worlds were really cool. I like the art style. I like the weird shit with it, but the worlds just felt empty and like sterile in a way that they shouldn't have. I walked away from that wanting to be wowed. I really did, because of my time with Arc Raiders.
It'd be cool if they put a video game in there.
That's the thing. It's just like, I don't know if I like what they're shipping with it. And I agree with you. There's certainly been some folks that have been talking more about liking it. I just think that we didn't have a good COD for a while. Battlefield seemingly did okay. But I also think that if we don't try these things, I think we're going to be playing Call of Duty 96. I think we're going to be playing Battlefield 35. Like, we got to at least try and see like new shit. And Marathon's not technically new, but this isn't what Marathon was. So I its name alone is what I would say. There's some lore in there. Of course, they talk about the Marathon derelict ship and all that shit, but
sure.
Like, I don't want to see this fail, and I certainly don't want to see Bungie go away, even though I'm a pretty sour ex-Destiny lover. But I don't think that for what Sony has invested in Marathon and Bungie and what they're getting in return from Destiny today, that if this just doesn't come out and take off like Arc Raiders did and push those numbers like Arc Raiders did, they're going to be fucked. I really do think they're fucked. And I hate to be that way. And I don't want to see that happen. And I think people probably do like this. I don't think this one's for me. I'd probably just go play Arc Raiders, and they're different games. I just, the feeling and the environment and the friction of Arc Raiders was present for me along the way. I never felt that with this when I played it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, we started this show off by talking about Highguard, and that is the worst case scenario for Bungie here, is if this has the same effect. I don't think it's going to have that effect. One, because I think Bungie is just a more storied brand as a developer.
Totally.
I think this game, for all of its problems, is being, I don't think anybody is coming to this game going, oh, we got the wool pulled over our eyes like they did with like they said with Highguard. Maybe that's because Bungie's been a little bit more open about what this game is and isn't. Even if it's not what people wanted, at least it's set expectations going into it. And also, it sounds like it feels like a fucking Bungie game, and that's and the feel makes a big difference to a lot of people. So I don't think this is going to be another Highguard situation, but my worry is just this, like you, like if not enough people are into this, does it kill Bungie dead completely? And while I think there's a lot of really cool stuff in here, and I would like to play a video game inside this world with this stuff, I am not an extraction shooter guy. I'm never going to be, and it's really sad that I don't get to play the new Bungie game, because it just doesn't play like a video game I want to play. Like even Destiny, which is a game that is very much about playing with other people and having those kind of connections and getting that experience that can only happen when you play with a big group or even a small group. This game is technically playable solo, but even when you are soloing with this game, you're still playing with other people. It's just, are you playing with people that you know, or are you playing with people that you don't know?
For what it's worth, it's the #1 selling game on Steam right now.
Doesn't surprise me. It's a new Bungie game. Like people will buy it and try it, and we'll see what comes out of it. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we're still somehow in the first week of March, and we've got all this going. What's the next thing that we
do? I will say we have a pretty big jump here in a second. We go from the 5th to the 13th, so we'll skip some of the month here. Next up, also on the 5th, is Planet of Lana 2: Children of the Leaf, which comes to PC, Switch, Switch 2, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. I know I'm wrong on this one, and I know I'm especially wrong because I mentioned it like, what was it, like last year, maybe 2 years ago, on a game preview or a monthly preview, and we're like, oh, this game looks great, and you had to go, this game's out, Chase. Like, this game's been out for a while. That was the first one. So, but I feel like it was just yesterday that the first Planet of Lana game came out. So I'm not ready for a second one.
I never finished the first one. It was really, really cool. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and this looks like more of that. I feel like I should go, if I was going to play the second one, I would absolutely want to go and play the first one and finish it. I think that's what I would do here. It's like an Inside, it's like a Play Dead, but like pretty. So it's cool. They're cool games.
Also with like a little, like a Boy and His Blob kind of stuff too, because like because you have to sometimes control your little pet friend who helps you with some puzzle stuff, like a Neva perhaps. A little bit. So there's these games look really cool, and I think they're neat, and I still want to play that first one. I think that first one looks gorgeous. Is this the exact same art style, or does this feel a little different to you?
This is the same. They look very, very similar.
Okay. Was the first one as 3D as this one?
Mm-hmm.
With like the character models and things like that? Okay. Man, I thought it was more 2D than this. Interesting.
Yeah.
Also coming out tomorrow, here's a big one, Bobby. Pokemon Pokopia comes to the Nintendo Switch 2.
Fuck yes, dude. Sarah and I are like so excited to just hunker down this weekend and play this together. It's getting insane reviews. Everybody who's touched it has compared it to Dragon Quest Builders, Stardew Valley, Pokemon, and Viva Pinata are like the things I keep hearing brought up. And I like the world's fucking shit, Chase. I need something like not Dragon Quest Builders, but like Animal Crossing to help get me through this shit. And I think I'm going to end up putting a lot of time into this one. They figured it out allegedly. Like, I think that if you played this, me and Sarah could just have an island that any of us could be on whenever we want to, doing shit, building habitats. So I'm excited, man. I really am excited to see them branching out with Pokemon in a positive way. This is the type of shit that I want to see them do. And I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I'm still not completely sold. I want to see a little bit more. I want to hear you talk about it. I know we're going to do this one on a Casual Monday sometime soon, next week, right? Yeah,
Monday night we'll be playing it.
So I'll see a little bit more then. I haven't completely written off. I could still totally see myself purchasing this game and playing it. These are generally not quite the kinds of games that I like playing, but it's been hearing great buzz. You know, we talked about it. Was it on Casual Mondays, or maybe you were just joking with me at one point? But it truly is the highest rated Pokemon game of all time right now.
It is.
And I know, like, that's because of baggage that, you know, certain people like their Pokemon game, like their different mainline Pokemon games and whatever, and you just give different reviews off of that. But everyone seems to universally come together and agree that this thing is cool. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, let's see what it's about. I'm interested.
Yeah, well, for anybody watching, we also stream games on Monday. We're going to be doing that this Monday night. We'll be playing this, so come hang out with Chase and I while I'm walking him through what's going on with it, and I'll probably have enough time sunk into this to show some cool stuff off.
All right, one more game for the 5th, and that is Slay the Spire 2, which is coming to PC and Mac. This is the early access build is opening up on the 5th. How do we feel about this one? Slay the Spire was so influential when it first came out. It wasn't exactly the first of this roguelike deck building genre, but I think it was the one that really popularized this format. And I don't think we would have gotten games like Monster Train out of this, or some of the other games that we've absolutely loved, Inscription, things like those. And yet there was, for me at least, there was definitely a point where I fell off of Slay the Spire and went, I just like playing Monster Train more. I just like playing Into the Breach more, which isn't exactly the same thing, but it has some DNA. Mm-hmm. And I found other games that went, I just would rather play this than Slay the Spire. And I just kind of stopped playing Slay the Spire entirely, while I still have fond memories of it. How are you feeling about it? Did you ever go back to Slay the Spire at any point?
So that's exactly what I wanted to highlight here. I've grown. I'm a grown person now, Chase, in my taste. I'm refined my palate. I love these types of games now, and I was interested in them when this was in the zeitgeist and very buzzy, and I've played it and I thought it was really cool, but I never got back to going to it. And knowing that there was a second one coming out, I kind of feel like this is my time. And like, I'm actually genuinely excited to have a chance to go in and play this game, because I imagine it's going to be more of the first one. And if it ends up not being that, I'll go back and play the other one. But yeah, the other thing I'll call out, Megacrit, they were very popular, or very loud, I should say, one of the voices against what was going on with Unity when that happened. And they completely moved away and switched development on this game. And I can't remember what the tool is that they went to, but they were like one of the bigger names going to it. And so this is a whole new engine that they used to build it. And I want to check that out. I'm very curious about that aspect of it too.
Yeah, I think that's fair. The other kind of concern I have is another thing we've talked about on the show a billion times. And it's when you have these popular indie roguelike games.
Yep.
What do you do with a sequel? And I think a lot of them have failed that test, where most of them just feel like they are too much like the original game, and quote unquote should have been DLC. You know,
Sure.
like somewhat recently we had Monster Train 2, which we played on Casual Mondays, and it's solid game. I just don't. If I want to go and play Monster Train, I'll just go play Monster Train. I don't really need a second one of those. I didn't need a Spelunky 2. I didn't need a Rogue Legacy 2. There's so many of these that have sequels that have flopped, and the only one I really point to and go, wow, that was successful. That's the one, is Risk of Rain 2, which added like literally an entirely new dimension to its game. And this one very much looks like Slay the Spire again. That might be part of the reason that you like it. You were just saying, like, if it's, this might be your opportunity to go back and play more Slay the Spire at this point, or play a game like Slay the Spire, which is Slay the Spire 2. But I think for me, I would want this game to be very different from the first game for me to go, oh, they have also evolved. But so far, and this is not a value judgment about the video game, because again, Slay the Spire is a really fucking fun video game. I understand why you make a second one. But I think for me, like, I want a different kind of experience, because I could go back and play Slay the Spire right now.
Yeah, you could
like,
go
what
back,
what else are you giving me?
I'm going to play the new thing. Like, I get excited. Like, this is like one of the indie darlings. Again, I think it's a defining moment in this genre. I think a lot of people came after it, and to your point, they maybe got lapped a little bit, but I think that this is still like a wildly popular entry point for folks. And sure, I know that they're adding co-op to this. I don't know what that's going to look like. That's one whole new mechanic on it that is absolutely different, to be determined on how well executed that'll be. But I don't know. I really, like, if I was going to play Monster Train at this point, I'll probably just go play Monster Train 2, because I haven't unlocked everything in that. It's new to me. They've added a whole big DLC to it. Mm-hmm. It's probably what I would go to. Like, that's just how I'm wired with it. Like, if I got the new one, this is what they're improving on. I got the old one if I want to fall back to it, but it's the same reason. Like, I don't know if I'll ever play Breath of the Wild again, but I'll probably play Tears of the Kingdom again. And that's just how I'm wired.
And you put so much time into Hades 2.
I haven't played it yet. It's
exactly.
I haven't played it yet because Absalom came out. We covered this. Like, Absalom,
right? And Absalom was a new game, and Hades 2 looked like Hades.
But I've played Hades 2. I own Hades 2. I enjoy Hades 2. And if I was going to play Hades, I would play Hades 2. Like, that's just what I would do right now. But like, I don't have the itch to play Hades. I said very famously, like, Absalom scratched that itch for me in a big way, because it was a beat 'em up genre, something I hadn't done. I can go play the new Clay game here. So like, I've played that. And if I have the itch to, like, say, hey, I want to play Hades, like, I'm not going back to Hades. I'm playing Hades 2. And I've got the Thor coming. I might try and play it on that. Like, I've seen other people do that. Yeah. Like, I'm probably going to do that, but not this month. That's for sure.
Well, sure. But also, I want to see these studios do new things. Like, this studio it's been a very long time between Slay the Spire and Slay the Spire 2. And my thought is, Slay the Spire was incredibly successful. You made a bunch of money off it. You could do anything that you wanted to do. And you kind of chose to make another Slay the Spire. And that's fine. I get it. But I'm not excited by it that I could be excited by. Give me like the next game.
I think this is one of those things where you're trying too hard not to like it. I think you're trying too hard.
We've talked about this on the show forever. We've talked about how these games have had these sophomore slumps, that they have.
I haven't played it. It could be great. Could be terrible. Could be ass. But
it could be. But you look at Risk of Rain 2 and you go, whoa, that's a completely different video game from Risk of Rain. And you look at this and go, this looks the same as Slay the Spire. And it might be good, but it still looks like Slay the Spire.
I think that there's probably a lot of people who are saying, you fools, that's what we want. And me being the guy is like, I've not played the first one a whole lot to have too much of a dog in that fight, but I don't know. I think that there's probably, I think the art's definitely different for sure, is what I would say. Like, they've changed the art style on it. They've added in a co-op mechanic. I don't know if there's going to be other depth or changes on what they are. It's probably at its root very similar to Slay the Spire. They probably have just colored outside of those lines ever so slightly, and maybe more so in some other spots, but I don't know.
And also, to be fair, this is early access. Like this is the first time people are going to try playing this video game. They are not saying this is the final thing. Maybe they will continue to build on this, and it will branch out into its own completely different thing. I feel like that's where Hades 2 went. Again, I also haven't played Hades 2, so I just know that it looks a lot like Hades, and it kind of made me sad that Supergiant didn't make a completely brand new game since they've been doing that before. And I wanted to see a brand new video game from them. And Hades 2, even though I really like Hades, was not quite the game I was looking for. But that game was another game that evolved as over early access. And so maybe this one will too. We will see. I just know I am not as excited for something like this than I would be for an announcement that says, hey, Megacrit is making a brand new video game. Remember those guys who made Slay the Spire? They're saying we're gonna flip the genre on its head again with this brand new game. Because this game looks a lot like their last game.
It's tough to make games right now. People can't get the funding if that's not a guaranteed banger anymore.
That is true. All right, let's move on to the 13th, where we are getting Certified Banger Monster Hunter Stories 3
Which
Twisted Reflection.
Anything new should be the exact same thing, right? It shouldn't be like the first.
They, in fact, I think they probably are doing too much new, in my opinion. But yeah, this is coming to PC, Switch 2, PS5, Xbox Series X. I know you played the demo of this, Bobby. I'm just waiting to play it on day one. I've enjoyed both of the other Monster Hunter Stories games, and I see no reason to doubt that this one will also be very cool.
It's very cool. I cannot wait to talk to you about it.
Does this one have amiibo support? Can I use my Dragon Quest?
It does.
I have my Dragon Quest, my Monster Hunter amiibos on it.
You can, and there are, I think they got 2 new ones, maybe 3 new amiibos that are coming out with the marquee Rathion there, or Rathalos, I'm sorry, there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's another party member. I think it's one of the cats. I might be wrong though. But it'll have that.
All right, I'm excited for it. We will see. We're both going to be playing this day one, and I'm sure we're having a great time with it.
It's going to be on a Monday too.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. On the 16th, Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War comes to PC, Switch 2, PS5, and Xbox Series X. I really like the way this looks. I wish it wasn't kind of saddled with having to be a Starship Troopers game and have to have that baggage that would go with it.
People would just call it Helldivers if they didn't.
Fair enough. But I really like the way this looks.
Yeah,
like this kind of low poly, like PlayStation 1, but like really high fidelity. Like some of it absolutely could not be done on a PlayStation, but you look at the gun model and the enemy design, you go, these look, I don't know. I just think this looks good, really neat.
It looks really, really good. There was another Starship Troopers game that was a kind of a horde based one that was like very clean looking that came out a couple of years ago. That was a ton of fun. This looks way more like Helldivers, low poly Helldivers, like the calling in the pods, first person. Like I just think that they're going for that, like, which is great because Helldivers was going for this, like fucking cool. But like that big mech, all this shit looks awesome.
Did I misread that? I thought it was in the trailer. Like this is a single player game only. Yeah. I don't think there even has co-op.
That's not like just the what you are doing in this feels very much, which Helldivers felt like this, etc. So like even that shit, like doing the whole bit that Helldivers did with like the FMV part works great here. Like this is going to be a ton of fun, I bet.
Yeah, I didn't love Starship Troopers, but the movie, but
I haven't watched it in a long time. But
this game looks really good.
This does look cool.
Gotta look to it.
Yeah, man.
On the 17th, MLB The Show 26 comes to Switch, PS5, and Xbox Series X. Baseball's back. I'm excited for baseball. I'm not particularly excited for another MLB The Show. This is the only baseball game in town, so it kind of has it. And it for a long time it was the best baseball game in town. So that's why it became the only one. And then Sony started putting it out on other systems. And it's weird that this thing still comes to Switch and Xbox, but It seems like they're trying to add more RPG elements to it, like the Road to the Show stuff. Like now you're starting in college and building your guy up from that, and I think that's a really cool idea. I've talked a lot about how I would like a Persona style video game that was about a baseball team, and I can just up the stats of my different baseball players. And this is not exactly what I'm looking for from that, but it seemed I think it's cool that these sports games are getting a little bit more single player stuff out of them. I don't know. I like these games. I like the way they play. I think they're pretty good. They've got all the teams. They got all the players.
Wake me up when Backyard Baseball's playing.
It is back. That is back. There's a brand new Backyard Baseball.
That's what we should play
pretty soon.
We don't need this.
All right. I'll wake you up then. You won't have a very long nap. All right. On to the 19th. Crimson Desert comes to PC, Mac, PS5, and Xbox Series X. And I'll just stop talking and let Bobby talk.
I've been on a radio silent media blackout for this game for months. I saw enough to know that this is either going to disappoint me greatly because it wasn't what I thought it should be, or more likely, this is going to deliver. And every hands-on preview so far has people freaking out. It is a massive, like almost to the point of overwhelmingly so, large open world action RPG. You have a few different characters that you can swap into and play. It sounds incredibly inventive. It sounds incredibly ambitious. They built a whole new engine for it, and apparently it is beyond optimized. It runs flawless on pretty much everything. It's one of those things where it's like, is this real? Like, is this a real thing? I don't believe that this is real. I cannot wait. I will probably stop playing a lot of everything when this comes out and lose myself to it deeply. I think Dragon's Dogma comes to mind when I look at it. I think The Witcher comes to mind. Probably a little Assassin's Creed, of course, but I also think it's like its own weird thing. And I cannot wait to check it out.
This game comes out 6 days after Monster Hunter Stories 3.
I know. I'm going to be playing Monster Hunter Stories on the go quite a bit.
All right. This just looks like Elden Ring to me. Like I look at this and I go, I don't really understand why Bobby's excited about a game that just looks like Elden Ring. He doesn't like Elden Ring.
No, it plays nothing like that, but yes, it's fine.
I don't know. I'm seeing some sword and board and some stances and some.
You're not seeing stances. They're not in the game.
I don't know.
I know because I've been following it. Thank you.
I thought you said you were on radio silence.
I told you I saw enough of it and then I stopped, but I saw all the fucking mechanics, how it plays. Jesus Christ. Maybe let the guy who you told talk about it be right. Fuck.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, man. Come on. I'm the one who's into it. I've done my research.
All right. I hope it's a good game for you. It does not look like a game I want to play, but I totally get why Bobby Pease is excited about that video game. On the 25th, Damon and Baby comes to PC, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. This is being made by Arc System Works, which is wild to me. Like they are the fighting game people, like
correct,
the anime fighting game people, and so for them to make a game that is neither anime nor fighting game is odd to me, but it looks kind of good.
It looks very good, and it's a weird mishmash of like exploration / twin stick shooter. So you kind of go from like this wild, like interacting in the world, and that you have a base that you come back to and upgrade the gear that you have. I think that you're a devil or a demon.
You are a demon who is named Damon.
Damon the Demon. Wonderful.
Yeah.
And Baby. But I think it looks really good. I think the artwork on it and just the way that it seems to be reacting from going to a kind of loose story to just high precision and execution. I don't know. It could be something. It looks like it might have it, man. I don't know.
We will see in later March. On the 26th, Life is Strange Reunion comes to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. This is the 6th original Life is Strange game. We've gotten some. Didn't we get like a remake or something, or some DLCs and other things like that? So we've gotten more Life is Strange games for sure. But this is the 6th mainline title, I suppose. But it is also the 4th of this storyline of the Max and Chloe storyline. I remember liking that first one quite a bit, and then just not feeling like I needed to play more. I really liked that Life is Strange 2 had a completely different setting with completely different characters, and I never got around to trying that one. But I get why people like Max and Chloe. They want to go back to those characters. Chloe has been dead for a game or two now, so the idea that she's back in this game is a fun mystery thing that they get to do things with. But yeah, I don't know.
I've never.
You didn't play any of these games, did you?
I've never played them. I've always been very curious, at least about the first few. But I just felt like I got too far away from that zeitgeist, and I don't know. I know people are very precious about these.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd probably enjoy going back and like watching the Vinny play this game on the old Giant Bomb. Vinny and Alex, and I think Austin was still there for this. That was a very good series. But yeah, I don't know. I just haven't been really interested in trying some of these other ones. Although I know some people really love this series and loves Don't Nod and all the games they've put out. So yeah,
definitely, people are into it.
Also on the 26th, Screamer comes to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. I only put this one here because it almost, Bobby, it almost looks like Automodelista.
So this was on my recommended list, and when I saw you had it on here, I'm glad you did, because I thought the same thing, and we've talked openly multiple times about we just want that. And if I did not have half the list already picked to play, I would have this picked. I do plan to find a time in 2026 to play this game because I think it just looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, it's got a nice look to it. It's not quite the cell shaded anime-ness of Automodelista, but it does have a style to it for sure, a very stylized look to it, and it looks like it would feel very arcadey in a way that I would like from my racing games. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed with what I'm seeing, but it also just made me go, what if they just made a new Automodelista?
What if they just did that?
What if they just did it? What if
they right there
just did it? On the 30th, Hosey, Hozy, comes to PC and Mac. Talking about games of style. Look at this fucking thing.
I know. I'm kind of bummed because I downloaded this for the Next Fest. I was like, I don't know if Chase will be into this type of thing. And I was going to do it on a Monday. But it's really pretty. I have not played it, but I agree with you. This thing looks very charming.
We've had a few games that have done this kind of thing. Hey, build a space, build a room, put your stuff in it, make things look pretty. Summer House is the one I go to. Is my go-to for this, but like this has that tilt shift style to it, that everything looks a little toyetic. The mechanics look like you can get really granular with the way that you want to make things, but it also seems like it's pretty simple to make cool looking spaces. The lighting is really cool. Just has a lot of really great touches to it. I think this could be a very neat thing that I might want to spend a lot of time inside.
Is it coming out on other stuff?
Just Mac. PC and Mac right now.
Okay, cool.
We'll see about other places. I mean, this game does feel like you really would want a mouse for it, right? To place all the things and
rotate,
interact with the stuff. But just really like the way this looked. So that's Hosey, which I'm gonna guess is house and cozy put together. That's a portmanteau. And then finally on the 31st, Raccoin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like raccoon and coin, another portmanteau. That's coming to PC. I think, Bobby, you put this on this.
I did. I played this demo. It was on if we would have done a little bit of a longer stream on Monday, I would have played it with you. But I wrote here, I used to watch my grandma smoke cigarettes at Boomland and play these when I was a kid. And I kind of feel like I got to play this for grandma. But I will tell you, it's like Balatro meets a coin machine.
Meets one of these kinds of machines. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that you and I could probably ham it up pretty good with this thing on a Monday night and have a really fun time. So I will get this to maybe play in April at some point for a casual Mondays, but it's bonkers in the best way. You can break it in the best way. It's a ton of fun. The Raccoon's very charming, but Raccoin's also a great name, and it's cool. Like, if you're going to be shameless about copying something, they're doing a pretty good job.
Sure. I will say, when I've tried to play this kind of game in a like a real life arcade, fucking hate it. Again, this feels like the most carnival ass game that you're not allowed to win. It's like the whole game is like when you punch something into the vending machine and it gets stuck.
Yep.
But it's like, what if that was entertainment?
Yep.
What if you paid money just for that? You didn't expect a candy bar in return. All you expected was to be disappointed.
But what if they gave you the house rules that the machine uses to break it?
Yes. Yeah.
It's very cool.
I hated those machines. But I bet as a video game, probably a lot more fun. Well, Bobby, that's the month of March. For some of us, it's very stacked. For some of us, it's less so. But I will say, it looks like there are a lot of exciting video games coming out in the month of March. For me, it's just going to be Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection. I'm still going to check in on Pokopia and see how that goes. I think there are a couple other things here that if they do really well, that Starship Troopers game looked really neat to me. Maybe Homura Hime, but it's on PC only right now, so that's not as exciting for me. But I think there's some games that look really cool that I might have some interest in. Bobby, I think you've broken your record this month. You've got 7, or did you add one by the last? No, it's still 7. Still 7. Yeah. 7 picks for the month.
I've already picked up Scott Pilgrim, Pokopia, or is it Pokopia or Pokopia? How are you saying that?
I'm pretty sure it's Pokopia.
Pokopia? Okay. I got Pokopia. I got Monster Hunter. I got Crimson Desert. I got Esoteric Ebb. I don't have DeSynced yet, and I don't have Slay the Spire 2 yet. But those are the games that I will be playing this month at some point in time.
Busy month.
No rest for the wicked.
No, certainly not. Well, that's all I got.
That's all we got. Let me get us home here, Chase. This week is all about new stuff. We checked out the Steam Next Fest demos on Monday night. We wrapped that up. We've got 2 Mondays worth of demos for you to check out, and most of them are pretty cool. This was our monthly preview. Chase, thank you so much for putting it together. You always do a great job putting these all in order for us to discuss and debate on. We've got a lot of stuff to get through. Most of these are going to show up on Monday nights in some capacity. So if you're interested in any of my picks, we'll be streaming those starting with Pokopia next Monday night, where Chase will get to see what that looks like in action. And if you want to follow along with all the other stuff Chase is doing between the show, you can follow along with Chase at all those links. And Chase, what are you doing outside of the show?
Yeah, if you're tired of all this new shit, follow me. I've got a bunch of old shit. I've got playing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on my YouTube channel in a series called Go Play a Star War. We're getting there. We're on the last star map on the last planet that I have to go to for that. So I think we're getting to the point where that game could start wrapping up. Nice. I hope so. I've been having fun with it, but I'm also very much ready to move on.
Yeah, it's time.
But it's KOTOR. KOTOR's cool. And then I've got my my other podcast that I do with good friend of the show, Pierce Gorshane, called Pilot Program. Pierce and I watch the first episodes of every television show ever made. Recent episodes have been on Mission Hill. That one just came out last week, which one of my favorite shows of all time. That's a fantastic show, and we had a really fun episode talking about it. We did the Golden Girls before that, which was a lot of fun, and then I think before that we did Star Trek. I think we did Star Trek right before that. So we've been doing some interesting TV shows, and next we're going to be doing the Muppet Show from the 70s. So I'm very excited about that one as well. So lots of cool stuff happening on Pilot Program. and go check those things out.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for hanging out. Chase, thanks for your work on getting this ready to go.